chicken. I have the chicken soaking in, or to clean, in vinegar and lemon. So that's the lemon, just some lemon juice, and then just your regular, vinegar. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and soak. Then I'm gonna wash it off, take the skin off. And also, when you put it in the lemon and the vinegar, it makes it easier to take the skin off. So, and make it easy for it to come off, and you don't have that slimy, nasty residue. Here's the chicken all washed, clean, and cut. So now I'm about to add the seasoning. So for the seasoning, it's going to be the Gray's Caribbean traditional ginger garlic pimento seasoning, Royal Montego, again chicken seasoning, and then the Maggi Season-up All Purpose seasoning. Then for the curry, it's the Pac, as it's pronounced. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of the Ram It Up Curry Goat Booster, even though it's for curry goat, but it gives it like a nice little kick. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm also going to add the Scotch bonnet pepper powder, just a little bit, even though I'm going to add like the Scotch bonnet, and then a little bit of ginger. And then I'm also going to add garlic powder and actual garlic. So I'm going to season it all up, let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to start cooking. So I'll show you guys what it looks like after I season it. Add all the seasoning. As you can see, I'm about to add clove of garlic and some thyme, which I already washed. So I'm gonna cut those up, season it all up, and then let it sit. I'm just cutting up the garlic, even though I did put garlic powder, but I'm also gonna put garlic, so I'm gonna do that. The one thing with curry, it does stain. So like with my nails, if I don't be careful, it will stain my nails. So I'm gonna put that, and then I'm gonna put a piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. There's a Scotch bonnet pepper, put a little bit piece of that. I'm not gonna put too much because I already have the powder in it, and I don't want it too spicy. I don't put salt because the seasoning already has salt in it, so really and truly you don't need to add salt. And then as you cook, for added flavor, you just add more seasoning as you go. So like right now, I'm going to add a little bit more. Add that. That, and just a tad bit of curry powder. I don't add a lot right now because, oopsie, and actually that is kind of too much, because prior to cooking it, I'm going to actually cook the curry, or burn the curry as we would say, in the pot, in the oil, and then a piece of garlic. And I do cook with a lot of garlic. What it's looking like. So I'm gonna let it sit, like I said, for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I will start cooking. Instead of using oil, I'm gonna use the coconut oil. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that. So while that melts, and this is already washed, so I'm gonna cut up some garlic. So now I'm going to add the curry powder in the pot so it can burn or cook. So I'm gonna show you guys. I add the garlic and then the curry powder to the pot so it can burn. That's the curry burning. So I'm gonna let it get a little bit, cook a little bit more or burn, and then I'm going to add the chicken. And so that's the chicken seasoned, and then the curry burning. So I'm gonna let it just burn just a little bit more. Let it get a little bit hotter, and then add the chicken. So now I am going to start adding the chicken to the pot. So I'm just gonna add so you guys see. So I'm gonna add that in, and I'm gonna throw some more. Just like throw it in like that, and just let it cook. And this pot does that spinning, so put it all in, let it cook. So I'm gonna spin you guys around. So right now I have half a bell pepper and a small onion, and it's already washed, and I'm gonna cut that up into here and cover it, put it in the refrigerator, and then just let it sit there until the chicken is cooked down some more. And you see the chicken cooking, and then I have the rice steaming. So the rice is like steaming on low, and then the chicken is, you know, medium high. So I have that going, and then I'm gonna cut this up. So this is everything cut up. This is what the chicken is currently looking like. So that's what our curry chicken is looking like. And then the rice is still steaming on low. So that's gonna cook, and I'm not gonna cover it. You don't need to cover it because you don't want it to start really making its own sauce yet. You just need it to stew for a little while. So I'm not gonna cover it. I'm just gonna leave it so it can stew. Then when it gets to like a certain stage, then I'm gonna come back and add that, let it cook again, and then once this cooks a little bit, I'm going to add some chicken stock and a potato. So it's like a small potato, cut that up into little chunks. This is going to go in a little bit after I put in these, so I'm not gonna peel that yet, but that's the process so far. It's our rice. I'm gonna let it simmer a little bit longer, but that's our rice, and I have it on low. So that's the rice, and this is what our chicken is looking like. Now I did wash and peel the potatoes, so that's right there. So now I'm actually going to put in the stuff that I cut up. So that's the rice, that's the chicken, and now I'm gonna add all that. So I'm gonna add that, stir it in, and then let it cook. The chicken is looking like. I'm gonna let it cook for a little while, and then I'm gonna add the potatoes. So I'm gonna cover it now and then let it cook and make its own, you know, juice, as you can see. So I'm gonna let it cook for a little while longer, and then I'm gonna add the potato, and our rice is finished. This is the potato all cut up, and then this is what the chicken is now looking like after sitting for about 10 minutes covered. So that's where we're at, and I'm about to add the potato in a little. So I'm gonna let this cook a little bit more. This is our curry chicken cooking in its own juices. I did not add any water. I just covered it for a little while, let it cook, and now I am going to add the potato that I cut up. I'm gonna add that, cover it back again, and just let it cook. And that's our curry chicken. This is what the chicken is looking like after putting in the potatoes. So it is cooking. The potatoes are almost finished actually. I just gotta let them cook a little bit longer. You see? And just a little bit longer. And we will be finished. Okay guys, so this is our finished curry chicken, and then I'm making some corn to go on the side. So that's it. The finished product: curry chicken with white rice and corn on the side.